Lecture 8, Indispositions, page number 67-68.
The healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, the dynamics that animates the material body, rules the unbounded sway and retains all parts of organism in admirable, harmonious, vital operations as regards both sensations and functions, so that our indwelling, reason-gifted mind can freely employ the living, healthy instrument for the higher purpose of our existence. This paragraph introduces the vital principle. It would hardly seem possible that Hahnemann, in the time he lived, could say so much in few lines. ఆయన ఉన్నటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో అప్పటి రోజుల్లో ఈ కొద్ది లైన్స్ లో ఎంత చెప్పాడో ఆయన చాలా ఆశ్చర్యం. In the 7th section of the first edition of the Organon, Hahnemann wrote, there must exist in the medicine a healing principle. The understanding has a presentiment of it. But after the Organon had gone through a number of editions, Hahnemann had somewhat changed, and in this work, which is the 1883 edition, he distinctly calls a unit of action in the whole organism the vital force. 1883. You get the idea from some of his expressions that the harmony itself is a force, but I do not think that Hahnemann intends to teach that way. We cannot consider the vital principle as harmony, nor harmony as principle. Principle is something that is prior to harmony. Harmony is the result of a principle or law. Hahnemann could perceive this immaterial vital principle. It was something that he arrived at himself from his own process of thinking. There was a paucity of individual ideas at that time, that is, ideas outside the accepted sciences. But Hahnemann thought much, and by thinking he arrived at the idea contained in this paragraph, which only appears in the last edition. In the healthy condition of man, the immortal vital principle animates the material body. If he had used the words immaterial vital substance, it would have been even stronger, for you will see it to be true that it is a substance. At the present day, advanced thinkers are speaking of the fourth state of matter, which is immaterial substance. We now say the solids, liquids and gases, and the radiant form of matter. Substance in simple form is just as positively substance as matter in concrete form. The question then comes up for consideration and study: what is the vital force? What is its character, quality or essay? Is it true that man only has this vital force? Is it possessed by no animal, no mineral? For a number of years there has been a considerable continuous discussion of force as force or power to construct. The thought that force has nothing prior to it leads man's mind into insanity. A man can think of energy as something substantial. He can better think of something substantial as having energy. When he thinks of something that has the essence, his actual being, he must think of the essay as something existing and as having something which has ultimate. We must think in a series whereby causes enters into effect and furthermore into a series of effects. If he do not do this, he destroys the very nature and idea of influx and continuance. If man does not know what is continuous, if he does not realize that there are beginnings, intermediates and ends, he cannot think, for the very foundation of thought is destroyed. What do we mean by influx? As a broad and substantial illustration, let us think of a chain. What is it that holds the last link of a chain that to its investment or first attachment? దేన్ని పట్టుకుని ఉంటున్నా చివరి చైన్ అంటే దాన్ని పట్టుకోవడం అంటున్నాడు. చివరి లింక్ దేన్ని పట్టుకున్నది ఆ ముందుదాన్ని, దేన్ని పట్టుకున్నది ఆ ముందుదాన్ని. At once, we will say the intermediate link. What is it that connects that link? It's the previous link, and so on to the first link and its attachment. Do we not thus see that there is one continuous dependence from the last to the first hook? Wherever that chain is separated, it is as much separated as possible, and there is no longer influx from one into the other. లింక్స్ అన్ని తీసేస్తే ఓదానికి సంబంధం లేదు, కానీ అన్నిటి లింక్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, అవన్నీ ఇంటర్లింక్డ్. In the same way, as soon as we commence to think of things disconnectedly, we lose the power of communication between them. All things must be united, or the series is broken and influx ceases. Again, we see that man exists as to his body, but as yet we do not see all the finer purposes of his being.